everybody, Simistic this here again to talk to you about what I bought and what I watched today. And today, ran out to Walmart, and I also ran out to my local Toys R Us, picked up 4 titles, so let's take a look at what I got. The first title I picked up from Best Buy for only $5 was Disclosure, a movie that I've wanted to see for a good long while now. I've seen bits and pieces of this film on TV, I've seen many documentaries that mention this, I've seen many reviews on this movie, but I've never actually got around to checking this one out. So when I came across it today for only $5, had to pick it up, definitely looking forward to watching it. And the second title I got from Best Buy today was Stand By Me on Blu-ray. Got this using the Upgrade and Save program, traded in the DVD, got a $5 off coupon, used it towards this, got this for only $5, a fantastic deal. I am a huge fan of this movie, as I'm sure most of us are. I think we all know this is a fantastic film. Been a big fan of it ever since I was a little kid, so it's definitely a movie that I felt was worth the upgrade, definitely something I wanted to get on Blu-ray. I actually haven't watched this one in a while, so definitely looking forward to checking it out in HD, and I'll be watching it real soon. Then, like I said, headed over to my local Toys R Us, picked myself up 2 DVDs, both for $5 a piece, and the first one I got was King of Kings. Now, I'm not religious, I don't practice any sort of religion, I don't necessarily believe in any kind of religion. I do keep an open mind, though. I can't say that a certain religion is right or wrong. I don't have any idea. I can't prove that a certain religion is right or is wrong. I honestly don't know. So I do keep an open mind to religion. But as far as religion goes, they do make for interesting stories, especially the story of Jesus and the stories from the Bible. They do tend to make pretty good movies. I love The Greatest Story Ever Told, the Bible, 10 Commandments. They're all fantastic movies. I have not seen King of Kings, I've heard about it, I hear it's good, so for $5, definitely had to pick this one up. And the second title I picked up was Sing-Along Songs, Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, I love to sing. Getting this for only $4.99 was a fantastic deal. They had a bunch of other Sing-Along Songs DVDs, but they were all marked between $9.99 and $14.99. So again, to get this for only $4.99 was a steal. Not sure why they had this marked so low, but definitely had to pick it up. Like I've been saying, I've been trying to get all the sing-along songs I can get. Picked up a bunch of VHS tapes lately. In fact, I actually picked up this VHS tape lately. So yes, I am picking this up to replace my VHS copy. But again, for $4.99, that was a fantastic deal. So that's it for what I bought today. So now it's what I watched. And obviously, since I've been watching the entire series and only had one more title to go, tonight I checked out Underworld Awakening. And this is my first time checking this movie out. And I was pretty excited going into it because when I heard it was coming out, when I heard what it was about, I got pretty excited. Thought, okay, this is probably going to be better than Evolution. But unfortunately, I thought it was about the same. If I had to give the movie a rating, I'd probably rate it whatever I would have rated Evolution. It just wasn't all that great. I mean, it's not a horrible movie. It was a decent enough movie, but it just felt like Evolution, where I thought the story should have been something else, and had it been something else, it probably would have been a better movie. I kind of like the idea of the film, though. I like the idea of lichens and vampires being hunted down by the government, basically a global ethnic cleansing of the 2 species. Obviously, the humans want to not be destroyed by these 2 other species, so they kill them all off. And now they're being hunted. I like that idea. It made for an interesting movie, but it would have been a better movie had it been its own movie and not really been an Underworld movie. I thought it felt kind of weird as an Underworld film. I just didn't feel like it made sense for whatever reason. I mean, it's a good story, but it just felt like it should have been its own thing. A movie about vampires and lichens being hunted down. It would have made for a much better movie had it really not been tied in with Underworld. That was my thoughts on that. And the movie sort of had, it's almost like 28 Days Later meets Underworld. And I wasn't quite sure how I felt about that. And I like I said, I had mixed feelings because, I thought the idea was good, but the part where I was upset with the movie is the fact that it was an Underworld film. And I thought the last 2 movies, I thought Evolution and Awakening just should have been different films. They had a great, great characters and a great story set up, and both those movies fell flat for me. As I'm watching them, I'm thinking they should have went in a different direction. They should have made a different movie. They should have, kept the characters and whatnot, but done it some different way to make it a better movie. And I just really felt that way about this. It didn't even really feel like an Underworld movie. Yeah, it took place, you know, after the last one. Celine, and spoiler alert, Celine and Michael, they have a child, and, you know, now the child's escaped, and Celine's escaped, and they're being hunted down. Apparently the Lycans want to get him because the Lycans are actually working for this company who is trying to exterminate, you know, who was supposedly exterminating all the vampires and all the Lycans, but really they are Lycans, and they want to make the species survive but kill off all the vampires. And okay, you know, an interesting plot, but again, an interesting plot for another movie, not for an Underworld film. And it just sort of felt out of place. It was almost like the, you know, the Temple of Doom of the Underworld. You know, just, you know, it's an Underworld movie. It has the same characters. It sort of has an Underworld feel, but in the end, it just felt like a whole nother story. That was how I kind of saw it, and I just couldn't get 100% behind it. I did think it was an enjoyable movie. It is just once again another action popcorn horror movie, and if that's your thing, then yeah, check it out. But just like I thought with Evolution, they should have done something else. You know, they have these great characters and they have this great story. They just never take it in a direction it really should go in. I just felt that way about it. And would I recommend the film? I would say, you know, again, if you've seen the three before this, yeah, I mean, check it out. I mean, if you've seen the other ones, there's no reason why not to watch this. But if you haven't seen all three, don't really see this movie. There's no need to see this movie if you haven't seen 3 before. And even if you do want to see it, I'd say give it a rent first before you pick it up. If you come across it for cheap and you want to finish it off in your collection, fine. But if you aren't a diehard Underworld fan, you don't want to get this one to complete your Underworld collection, then I would say just give the movie a rent to check out, because it was sort of, like I said, somewhat mediocre and about as good as Evolution. Maybe a little less than Evolution, because at least Evolution still felt like an Underworld movie. It still felt like part of the same story. I didn't love the movie. I thought it could have been better. Like I said, they could have done something different, but at least it still felt like a direct continuation, and it really did feel like a true Underworld movie, whereas, like I said, this one just felt a little off to me and didn't quite feel like it was part of the story, even though it obviously was. Like I said, it does take place afterwards, but even though it just felt a little off to me. So in the end, like I said, if you're thinking about checking this one out, I would say give it a rent, decide for yourself. And if you haven't seen the first 3 Underworld movies, then there's no reason to check this one out. Definitely watch this one first. So, like I said, Underworld Awakening, it was just alright. So that's it for what I bought and what I watched today. Definitely picked up some great titles from both Walmart and Toys R Us today. And also watching Underworld Awakening, yeah, I mean, like I said, it was okay. It's an alright action popcorn horror movie. If that's your thing, you'll probably be into it. I didn't hate the movie. It kept me entertained, but once again, just like with Evolution, I thought they should have done something different. The movie should not have been what it was. They should have gone off in a whole different direction. Could have made a much better movie. Even though the plot of the movie was really interesting, that plot should have been saved for its own movie and not made into an Underworld film. That's what I personally thought. So if you're thinking about checking it out, just give it a rent. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to see what I bought when I watch tomorrow. See ya. The problem was not necessarily a good plot for Underworld, unless I can't talk.